Magu Lian Sho, divine marijuana brings immortality. So, I just made the first part to this video, my last video, because I'm kind of liking this stuff now that I'm doing it finally, instead of just thinking about it. Oh, I can't wait because I'm fixing up the wall and I'm fixing up the house and blah, 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 blah. So it's like all in my head, and I just want to teach, but things are not organized in my, well, they wasn't organized anywhere. So anyway, so I'm like, well, I gotta make another video because on the last one, this is part 2, on the last one I started talking about my book, but since I'm trying to stay within the algorithms of the YouTube channel, I'm trying to stop the video like 12, 13 minutes. And like now, I suddenly talk a lot. You think I talk a lot because I use the holy herb? Anyway, so I was like, oh, I gotta do another video. But I'm like, well, my signature on the opening somewhere or other in the video is to smoke a small bowl. You see how small that bowl is? So I'm like, well, shit. I made how many? I made 3 videos. This is about the 4th. That means I have to smoke 4 bowls. So thus, I've already explained that as we smoke spatially, the small pipe is recreational smoking. But it's still holy or spiritual smoking because I am combining the male, the hemp, with the female, the marijuana. Should I do a female voice? The marijuana. Woo. And the hemp side of the plant can make us self-sufficient. So, we light the hemp string, and then we light the holy herb. I've already explained what I just did on previous videos. So, let me finish with the book. I'm learning to stay on subject because I talk. It's a lot of information. I talk a lot because it's a lot of information. I can talk a whole lot and not repeat any information. But what I love about it, it's all that right there, those things around my writing, is the whole T.A.O. T.A.O. Some people say T.A.O. or D.A.O, Tao. So now on my right side, I don't know if I explained it where I started talking about the books. I have like, it's like in that area, I got the bookcase, and then along the floor, all the way around, I have other books. But on that side of the room, those books, because I have books in other places talking about other subjects, but all those books, I counted like almost 30 books. They all are, or Dika Kakataka, they all stem from Tao. Most of them have Tao right on the cover. Now, like, for instance, I have based the actual start, the idea, the concepts of my Kung Fu comes, or Gong Fu, if we really want to say it correctly, like my teacher who is Cantonese, Gong Fu. The foundation of it started with Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do concepts, okay? So, what was I saying? So, all these books have Tao on the cover. Now, why I'm saying that is because they all are on different subjects. So in those middle shelves, on the middle shelves are about the martial arts, but then you have feng shui, you have I Ching, you have Tai Chi, which now is not really taught by many people as a martial art, but we'll get into all that. And then you have how to set, well, I said feng shui, that's how to set up your home or your office, how to travel. All these Tao books that I have lined up say Tao, but they all are different subjects. So if the whole concept is this simple, when I go over there and start actually teaching, I'm going to teach what each one of those things in that circle is. That's it. You don't see no pictures of some guard sitting on a chair nowhere in the air, getting ready to braid your hair. None of that garbage. Garbage. This is nature. And who created nature? What do you call it? I don't call it anything. It's nature. It's the universe. It's part of, or I am a part of it. Not go. I am not gonna get religious on ya. I'm supposed to be talking about the book. So what I didn't do on the last video was actually show some of the inside of the book, and also I didn't say how much is the book, or excuse me, or how to get the book. So let's get that out of the way first. First of all, and most importantly, because us old black peoples in America, us old black peoples, we need money. I don't get no money from nobody. Well, Social Security, a little sign from Social Security, but I always was like self-employed. I didn't make no whole bunch of money self-employed, but I was self-employed. So when I went for my Social Security, they said, well, boy, you ain't never worked it. So, the book, my book, this part is an excerpt, or it's just a part of the complete book. I have to complete the book, and when I complete the book, those of you who bought or who buy the excerpt, we'll work something out. I'm doing a lot of shit. So anyway, check this out. I'm no joke, dude. So the book will be on, like a flash drive. I'll send you the flash drive so you have a physical flash drive to drive your flashes. But even though this is a part of the book, it basically explains the basics of the basic system. For instance, humra. For instance, right here, the whole 64 form of no form, of which I call it, the first form that you learn, and the only form, the rest of the 5 are ways of movement. I'll get into that later. So the form is based on the 8 trigrams. So there are 8 fists and 8 stances. Or put another way, just reverse it. 8 stances, because stances are first, or second if you want to talk about breathing and meditation. So second, or with breathing and meditation. Well, anyway, second. And then third is the actual 8 fists. So now, once you combine the 8 fists with the 8 stances, you get 64 movements. Now, what I have done is that these 64 movements actually... Wait, where my face? Wait, the light is over here. So this form, which is called, which form is this? Water? Yeah, this is the water above and water below. So that is, this physically is a physical representation of what is called a hexagram. It's a hexagram because it have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. Oh man, this stuff is so deep, but it's simple because what I just showed you, or what I'm getting ready to show you again, is that this is a binary code. It's not a God that you believe in. Practice this. You see this stance? Do that. I don't care how young or old you are. Do that stance over and over. Do the water stance. Look at the stance. You see how low I'm standing? My knee is not on the ground. I'm standing. Gunga. That's the whole point of Kung-Fu stances. You're going to get a strong foundation. In your Bible it says, who was it, James? That was the foundation. And it says somewhere in it talks about creating a foundation. You have to create a foundation before you talk about building a nation. Do you get my demonstration? Well, y'all ain't seen my demonstration yet. I'm getting ready to demonstrate. Not right now because it's dark outside. But anyway, so right here in this excerpt of the book, of my book, is the 8 movements. So I don't put all 64 in this book because once you know the 8 movements, you know all 64. But what you have to do to make your brain work is now take these basic 8 movements inside this book and say, for instance, this is my heaven punch. It's a punch to the temple. And we call it, because this is Kannabis Kung-Fu, we call it twisted fist. So it looks like it's coming like the ordinary fist, but it suddenly turns up with this part of the knuckle right here and hits in the temple. The temple. Up high. The high temple. Shit like that. You understand? So it's different. It's not just I done switched some shit up. It's still a punch because I'm hitting with the tip of my finger. But we call that heaven because in Tai Chi, heaven rises and expands. So we call it ward off. But I'm like, if I make it a fist, it's a hit and a block. Or we call it neutralizing. Oh, it's so much. I don't want to get in. I'm supposed to be talking about the book. So I guess I said enough. It's the very basics. It's not just talking about the concepts. Now look at these people. Look at these people. I'm sorry if y'all from another. This kung fu is for anybody, but I am a so-called in America black man. So I'm going to be teaching the real history of the gods of Chinese Kung Fu. Do you see his face and nose and hair? He's what y'all call black, negroid colored. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. That's a whole another subject, dealing with the spirituality, knowing our contributions, our not descendants, but anyway, that is our culture. This is our culture. So, but if you are of another race and don't like it, who gives a shit? This is for anybody, but I'm going to be telling it from my point of view, okay? So look, I didn't draw these pictures. I can't draw that good. This is one of the 8 immortals. This is the creator of Tai Chi Chuan. Look at the nose, look at the hair, blah, blah, blah. Look at the lips. And this is on the Shaolin. This is one of the illustrations. But on Shaolin, those might be dark-skinned Indians. Now, it could be the Hindus who took over India, or it could be the brothers and sisters you call it starts with a D, the Dravidian. The original inhabitants that look like us had hair like this, not straight hair. Look at the Indians, the Hindus. They have dark. I shouldn't get into that. But they have straight hair. They are not the Dravidians. So I don't know if this picture, that's why I went into that. I don't know if this picture is of a Dravidian who is us, or a Hindu who came out the Caucasus Mountains. I'm going to tell the truth from my research. So the book just in this small book, I be getting deep. That's musical, how you can combine the musical notes to the I Ching and woo. In the back here I have just a few moves of using what I call the holy chalice. You might say bong. What else? So I have a list of the names of the form. So I have pictures of the 8 founding 8 fists, 8 stances, and then you just have to combine them to create to create the other 60, to create the whole 64 forms. I have it in the order I created it. This is it. But like I said, once you know all the movements, it's only 8 fists, but they all different movements because it's different form, blah 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 blah. So once you know all the movements from these and put it together in your mind, you're not pushing buttons now. You're using your mind, your body, your spirit to create. I'm the one that created it, but you're going to be creating it on your own. Use your mind. Don't be pushing buttons all god dag nabbit date. Anyway, so I had a whole form, the whole names of the form. I explained the DNA connection in here. I have the 5 hands that was developed from the bong, the I Ching. So the foundation is right here. The other stuff in the rest of the book is about our history in China, the Shang or Shang dynasty. Um, Cambodians, Kemet, Cambodia, Cam, black, they say it means, Cambodia, Cambodi, Buddha. Look at the statues they have in China. We didn't build them statues. I mean, let me reiterate that. People that look like us built those statues, and other people took it over, like the Arabs took over ancient Kemet. So this is the book, right? Now you're going to find that I'm in this Tao, I hate to say ish or is, the Tao arts and science side. You're going to find that we're going to be dealing with a lot of 8s, like 5 and 3, and combinations of numbers that end up to be 8. So, that being said, I'm gonna show myself, or Sifu MC and me on the back of the cubby, because the brother's coming back with medals and stuff. He actually, I have to tell that story on a separate video about how my pipe through him has been connected to Bruce Lee. Anyway, so with things adding up to 8 within the spiritual part of the Kannabis Kung-Fu, I'm selling my excerpt, and it's a lot of information in here. And it's the foundation to the whole system, style, or whatever you want to call it. $17. Yeah. 1 plus 7 equals 8. Wow. So I'm hoping thousands and thousands of people buy my excerpt, support the first ever Kannabis Kung-Fu. Now, like I said, legally through the IRS, I have to call this a church. So the legal name is the Church of Divinity. But I don't want to use it commercially, because I don't want to use church because people are going to think Jesus. But I'm like if we just use the letters, the first letter in the name, Church, C, of O, D, of Divinity, D, is COD, which in most people's mind is collect on delivery. So if I'm delivering knowledge to you through these videos and through my book, $17, I think that's a pretty fair exchange. So, how do you get the book? I'm still, this is brand new. I'm 68 years old, and I've been doing everything by my God, I've been doing everything by myself. But so, if you want to get the book, call me right now. I'll set up how I had all that stuff set up, but now I'm really doing it. I'm gonna do it till it's so done. $17 will get you the first ever excerpt from the book of Kannabis Kung-Fu. Another video I'll talk about the T.A.O, or the art of networking, or T.A.O net. But for right now, Magu Jian Shou, which means divine marijuana, brings immortality. Divine, not just, yo dude, I just smoked the biggest blunt with all kinds of stuff in it, blah 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 blah. I'm out. Peace.